If buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. Now that sounds extreme, right? But let me show you how this isn't just a clever quote. It's reality. Because today when you pay $60 for a game, or $80 nowadays, you don't own that game. You own a license, you own permission, and that permission can vanish at any time with no refund, no warning, and no way back. Let me prove it to you. Let's start with something simple. You walk into a store, you see a game, maybe something like the new Mario Kart World on the Nintendo Switch 2. You see a cartridge and you think, great, I own this, and you do, because this game has all of the contents on its cartridge, which is great. You can put it in your console and you can play the game, so if the Nintendo servers ever shut down, you can still access this game. Apart from the online play, of course. But there is something new they designed, a little tiny key icon on the box of games or cartridges. Now this icon means something huge. The game isn't even on the cartridge, you just bought a download code printed on plastic, and guess what? You can't play it until you go online. Because you have to install it from Nintendo's servers, so if you would install it on your console and the servers would shut down, you still own the game. Because this isn't just some fringe case, the new Hitman Signature Edition, signed by Shigeru Miyamoto himself, ships with the same key icon. It's not a full game, it's a launcher for a download, and that download requires Nintendo services. So let's imagine the future. Nintendo shuts down their servers, IO Interactive moves on from Hitman, or worse, the game just gets delisted. Now what? Your physical game is literally worthless, even the offline mode can be gone. Because the game was never on the cartridge in the first place. If you have installed it on your console, great, you can hopefully still play it, but we'll get into that. But if you would buy the game while Nintendo servers are shut down, you cannot install it. You did not buy the game, you bought a temporary access, a ticket to something that can disappear. And that's not a bug, that's the system working exactly as designed. Now let me show you how crazy this can get. In 2014, Ubisoft released The Crew. It was an open world racing game and people paid full price. Some bought it digitally, some bought discs. In 2024, Ubisoft shut it down, and not just the servers, not just the online features, the entire game, including offline play. No patch, no workaround, no refund. You paid for a game, and then one day, you woke up and it was gone. Even if you had the disc in your hand, that's not ownership, that's corporate control over your library. Still not convinced? Let's talk about Star Fox Guard, a brilliant little tower defense game developed by Nintendo and Platinum Games. When you bought Star Fox Zero on the Wii U, you got Star Fox Guard as a free bonus. You redeemed it through the Wii U eShop, and you could download it to your system. But there is a catch, because if you didn't download it before the eShop shut down in March 2023, it's gone. Forever. Even if you bought Star Fox Zero physically, even if the box promised you a second game, even if you had proof of purchase, you can't get the game anymore. You own the code, but you can't play it. You can't install it. You can't access it. So what did you actually buy? A piece of fucking paper, that's what you bought. So now let's circle back to that controversial quote. If buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. Because think about it, if the game can be deleted after you pay, if it needs online validation just to launch, and if even your physical copy is just a hollow key, then how is this different from a subscription you don't control? It's hard to defend the idea that piracy isn't stealing when the official version can just vanish overnight. But the pirated one actually preserves the game. And that's not a defense of piracy. It's a warning. If developers won't protect their games, pirates will, and honestly, that says something terrifying about where we are. So what can you really do? Well, not much, but you can buy from DRM free platforms like GOG. They let you keep your actual files. Support developers who offer offline friendly versions. Download and back up your games where legally possible, and stay informed. These key icon cartridges, they could be red flags. You deserve better than fake ownership. You deserve to buy a game and actually keep it. Games are art, games are culture, and if we don't fight for real ownership, entire generations of titles will just disappear. So the next time someone tells you, oh, it's just a small download, or you still technically own it, ask them, do I really? Because the truth is simple, we don't own our games anymore, and unless we push back, we will never again. So like Gabe Newell once said,
I personally have clocked in 100 hours on Mario Sunshine on my own Steam Deck, and I've never bought the game.